The Retirement Halftime Show. Maintain your lead in retirement.
You are watching the Retirement Halftime Show. I am your host, Alexander Joyce, and of course with us, as usual, I'm Alex Clark. And it's these topics that we always go over. They're great. And one thing I love about this show, I don't know about you, we didn't talk about this coming into this show, but one of the things I like about this show is it is not scripted. Right. And I'm sure our viewers and our audience can tell. There's nothing scripted about this. There is nothing. These are a collection of concerns. These are a collection of thoughts. These are years and years, decade of questions that we've asked our clients or people that have walked through our doors that have the same concerns our viewers do. And let's just open it up like this. What's on your mind?
You know, I think the common one that I've been hearing a lot lately, Alex, is required minimum distribution. Okay. I'm not familiar with that. Yeah.
That's interesting because a lot of individuals aren't. Let me take it back. I think a lot of people know what required minimum distribution is. And I think that a lot of people refer to it, of course, as RMD. Sure. And I think here's the way I view it, and the concern I have with it, is that when I speak at events, or if I ask a client, at age 70 and a half, what is the amount of money that must come out of what's called your qualified money, right? What must you take out of your pre-tax dollars at age 70 and a half? You know the most common answer I get? What is it? Now, I want our viewers to think about this. What is on your mind? What do you think at 70 and a half must come out of the money you've never taken taxes out of? That number is, right, I don't know, right? Yeah. I don't know. And usually that number is 10%, right? And some of us listening or some of us watching this are like, well, 10%, that's a lot. And that's not the right answer. The right answer is 3.65%. That's what must come out. So at first, what I want our viewers to understand the difference between qualified and non-qualified. Right, because the only thing the IRS cares about is what's called the qualified money. Sure. And that, as I just mentioned, for our firefighters watching, their 457 plans. For our educators watching, their 403B plans or their 401A plans. For individuals that are putting money into qualified plans at an employer that offers a 401K plan or an IRA, money that you've been saving on a tax-deferred basis, money you've never paid taxes on. Now, pretty much Uncle Sam has said, well, you know what, they can either pay me now, right, sure, or they can pay me later. And so that later means age 70 and a half. So what we just talked about, right, is that it isn't an if, it isn't if they want to, it is they must. Yeah. So at age 70 and a half, following, right, April 1st following the year they turned 70 and a half, they must take what's called a required minimum distribution. And that required minimum distribution starts at 3.65%. Here's what most people also starts. Okay. It's a key word. That is the key word, because here's the complication is the older an individual gets in retirement, as we talked about before, the first 5 years are like a Saturday. That's when they're spending a lot of money. And then as they age in retirement, the spending goes down. But the problem is when you think about RMD, knowing that it starts at 3.65%, what must you know is that it increases every single year. Right. The IRS has a table that has mapped it out all the way to age 105. And that number is 22.22%. So the question becomes, knowing that the older you get, the less money you need, unless it's a health-related issue, knowing that taxes over time could go up, and knowing that RMD will go up, and that's money that must come out, sure, it's no wonder that we see clients that are 85 years old that come in our office with very large bank accounts, because you know what they're not doing? They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. So that money comes out, they pay taxes on it, it lands in their bank account. Now, if inflation is 3%, they're getting 0.5%, now they're going broke safely. How's someone not supposed to outlive their money? Yeah, that's a great question. And the other thing that I kind of want to point out is there is a vital deadline too, because if you're not hitting that 70 and a half and pulling the money out,
There is a large penalty that the IRS does.
50%.
50%.
50%. The IRS will penalize you 50% of what the RMD if you do not take it out. Last year was the largest percentage of baby boomers that turned 70 and a half. So it's brand new to a lot of people.
Sure.
Right? It's just like, how many times do you want to retire? Once.
Once.
How many times have you been 70 and a half?
Once.
They got to get advice.
Exactly.
Great topic. If there's a concern from our viewers, if there is, because we hand out a form that just simply goes over this, if that's something that you want, just call us, reach out to us, go to our website. More to come. Stay tuned.
The Retirement Halftime Show. Maintain your lead in retirement.
There's some things in life we can always get back. Money, that's one of them. But time, that can never be replaced. Your kids, grandkids, they don't care how big your house is or the type of car you drive. The time they spend with you, that's what matters most. Allow us to help take your financial concerns away so you can enjoy the more important things in life. Call us today at 317-903-9157. Schedule a no-obligation visit and rejoice in your retirement.